Hi, and welcome back to America's Night of Football. I am Tiki Barber, and this is
Keith Oberman. You're watching the countdown.
Okay. So we've got a lot. We've got a lot here, and we've got 10 minutes because we did a short intro. So let's get started with a little thing I like to call Sports Hot Not, and we're going to talk about what's hot and what's not in both the big sports, football, baseball, really, unless there's something else that you would like to get to. But the first one that I like to talk about is how hot the Big Z has been, and he's been. In fact, if we had been doing this for the whole baseball season, he would have probably set the record for most times on both hot and hot.
Oh, exactly. I agree.
So, but last night he came up big, or yesterday afternoon rather, he came up big for the Cubs, for the Cubbies, and they, in their process of burying the Brewers with a little help from my team, the Atlanta Braves, they're also burying the Brewers. So he's really hot, and what I want to know is, when is he going to turn into not?
Well, that could be as soon as next game, Buck. And I mean, this season has been up and down for Big Z, like you just mentioned. I mean, you never know what you're going to get from him. I think the one constant is the velocity's always there. There's going to be a lot of break on the ball. The question is, can he get it in the strike zone? And, yesterday he did a better job of staying around the strike zone. And also, one thing that this might actually be the most important thing with Big Z is right up here.
Yep, I was just
right
going to say,
between
can
the
he
two
keep
ears.
his head in the game?
If he were on another team other than the Cubs, I would hate him. I would absolutely hate him. He is the most annoying person to watch. And I bet the other team, I guarantee you in the dugout, they're just like, I hate this prick. I want to take him deep, and then I want to talk about his mom on the way around the bases.
But keep throwing bullets for us, please.
Yeah. But he's on the team that I happen to like the most, the Cubs. So I'm like, go get him, Big Z. I support him.
Big Sambino.
Let's take a look at this real quick. James Mundia always leaves something for me on this table when I get here. Last time it was like a pen and his notepad and something else, and today I get his sweat rag.
And this is no ordinary sweat rag. That could probably help an entire small village with their water supply.
And there's definitely an ecosystem or two living on this towel right now. So I'm gonna remove this, place it right there. Thanks, James. He's busy talking with his GF. So
okay.
anyway,
So the next but who's not? Not, and I put down LDT. I mean, he and if you saw the press conference yesterday after the disappointing loss to another disappointing loss to the Green Bay Packers, he's frustrated and visibly. And
Absolutely.
He's certainly different from last week before the Patriots game when he was very outspoken about Cameragate. He's very frustrated. In fact, he's speechless. And what can you say? I got the stats here. He's got 130 yards so far on the season. That's 3.2 yards per rush. He was getting 100. He almost was averaging 130 yards per game last season. And now in 3, he's got 130.
My question is, I don't know if you saw during the game, and maybe you heard what it was about, but he and Phillip Rivers got into it about something.
Yes.
And I don't really know what to think about that, and also the post-game press conference. Believe it or not, it's kind of reassuring as a sports fan to see somebody get so emotionally charged with the outcome of the game. And LT was just distraught after week 3 loss.
Right.
I mean, that's kind of reassuring, but what's going on where he gets so emotional?
Right, but here's the question: is he distraught about his own performance, or is he distraught about maybe the play calling?
Great point.
Because I mean, there's two camps right now. Oh, actually, there's 3 camps. The first camp is LT is not performing up to snuff. The second camp is North Turner isn't getting the ball, and the third camp are full of fantasy owners who took him first, who are now jumping out of buildings. So that's the third camp. So
I think great points. Absolutely. I think I'm not in the fantasy camp, but I didn't get LT on my team, and right now I guess that's a good thing. But I'm sure he'll turn it around. But you made a great point saying that maybe he's more worried about his own personal performance and maybe not so concerned about the loss, and that isn't so reassuring. And that can definitely be the case. I think you're right.
But I think I really don't, and I'm going against Jaworski and a lot of the talking heads. I don't think that North Turner is doing such a bad job play calling. I mean, because I watched the San Diego Green Bay game, and I watched some of the San Diego. I do have the Chargers defense, so it kind of made me sick to watch the San Diego New England game. But I did watch a little bit of it, and I do think LT has gotten some of the same opportunities he would have taken advantage of last year. Really, I just think it's a slump, and it's 3 games. We're at the beginning of the season. Not a big deal.
And, you know, here we are again in that situation where we're saying that one team is just struggling mightily, but let's look at the other side, the Green Bay Packers, and let's not review the tapes of our previous episodes.
Luckily,
I said Brett Favre was
luckily
washed up, shouldn't be in the league.
Luckily for Casey Sturgill, we were cut out of the last episode. James Mundia decided to axe our segment. That's okay. No hard feelings, kind of. But anyway, so yeah, on that episode or on that segment that got cut, Casey, just talk a little bit about what you said.
You know, very quickly, and I can't believe I'm going to do this because we had an opportunity for me to get out of it. But anyway, I said that he should stop, that he's done. That's a problem with some elite athletes. They don't know when to quit, such as Michael Jordan, whose first comeback was fantastic, but the second one with the Wizards, not too great. Anyway, so I thought it was the same syndrome with Brett Favre, and he's completely proven us wrong. 3-0. However, I will maintain that he can have 1 bad game or 2 bad games, and all of a sudden, press conference, I don't know what's going wrong with the Green Bay Packers. I mean,
and I'm going to help you out here, Casey. I'm going to bring you out of your proverbial grave because I'm going to say this: 57 rushing yards. 57 rushing yards. And if you keep up with the Green Bay Packers, you know that that's how many yards that they acquired on the ground last week, and that's not going to do it. That's good. That's good for the first 3 games when you're going 5 wide and people don't know what's really going on. You could tell that San Diego was a little confused about the fact that they were bringing out 5 wide, nobody in the backfield. They couldn't get to Favre. Favre was really getting that ball out quick, little short passes. That's good until week 6, week 7, week 8 when teams started to scheme against that. And I don't think that the Packers are going. You know what? They're 3-0. Good. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. I think eventually people are going to get them.
I'll buy that.
And I think Brett Favre is going to show a little bit of his age as the season wears on. He's having fun right now. The receivers are catching balls, but we all know in the NFL that can change in a second. So I don't think your prediction. I just think your prediction's not going to be true right
now. And I want to clarify something. I like Brett Favre. I do. I mean, I think he truly does love playing the game, and I like to watch him play. But I think it's time to hang it up. And right now it looks great, but I'm with you. I think it'll take a turn for the worst, unfortunately.
So this is sort of a funny hot knot. That was our serious hot knot. Big Z, LDT on 2 opposite spectrums of the sports world right now. Here's my funny hot knot. Hot, the Phillies offense, 56 points, 1 million touchdowns. Not Phillies throwback uniforms. I guess yellow and powder blue worked in the 70s, obviously. Or excuse me, not in the 70s. This was their 75th anniversary, so this would have been, I guess, the 50s, 40s. I can't do math. Anyway.
I don't like numbers.
I don't like numbers. So their uniforms were pretty awful. And someone made the comment, I believe Preston Neal, who works on the show, I believe his girlfriend made the comment that the reason they scored 56 points is because the other team was blinded by the uniforms, could not cover the receiver. Kevin Curtis was just blinding them with his uniform.
That could definitely be true. You know, the thing was, I mean, I had to take a look at the tint on our TV, no joke, because those uniforms definitely had something going on with the cameras were having some troubles with the colors coming off those uniforms. I'll buy that. Sure, they were blinded.
So that's sports hot knot. We just got I guess how many minutes we have left? 30 seconds. So it's week 2, or excuse me, we just got done with week 3, and of course you know what that means on the word. It's Super Bowl pick time. So if you missed it, our first, that's probably what got cut. Last week we predicted, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago we predicted New England, Carolina. That was the all-around pick consensus on the word. You want to go ahead and make any changes to that, New England, Carolina?
I don't want to. I mean, I feel comfortable with New England. Carolina, I'm just too much of a fan to change it. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay. I am going to change mine. I'm going to say that the Indianapolis Colts are going to upset the New England Patriots and go to the Super Bowl again to face my Carolina Panthers. So week 3, it's Indy, Carolina. For you, you're sticking with New England, Carolina. Hey, Super Bowl picks. What do you got? New England, Carolina for James Mundia. I'm the only one that changed this week. We'll keep up with it.
Clean up after yourself, James. What is this?
So thanks for tuning in to Casey and I talking a little football. We talked a little baseball. Next week we're going to discuss. We'll probably pick Super Bowl winners again, or Super Bowl picks again.
Can we talk NASCAR?
Yes. Next week we are going to talk NASCAR. We're going to talk who's going to win the chase. You're watching The Word.
Next. Car for life.
Next, James Mundia, Alex Robinson are going to talk about stuff. Stay tuned.